Man, it's been fun, man. Lot to get into, man. We've been making a couple moves, so I'm ready to talk about these Eagles, man. How about you?
Yeah, same here, man. Everybody in the building. We got King, we got Smitty, we got your boy. For every Eagles preseason and training camp, there's always an aftermath. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of Birds of Broad Street presents Broad Street Aftermath with your boy Cool Cat Connor, with your boy Smitty Eagle. What up, Smitty?
What's good, man? Chilling, man. Enjoying Sunday. You know, a little football coming on soon, so watching that a little bit.
Yep. And back from vacation, our guy King DV. What up, King?
What's going on, man? Like, man, I'm refreshed. I've been like the watcher. Anybody Marvel fans? I've been like the watcher. Been watching everything, man. Just been in silent and just ready to talk Eagles, man.
Yep. Before we talk some Eagles, I need to know, how was your vacay? How was it?
Man, everything was beautiful, man. Except for Florida. Florida treated me badly. I'm sorry, Smitty, but yeah, Florida was like rainy. Certain parts, I should say. But when we got on the boat, it was nothing but like good vibes, everything. I had everything Eagles. Everybody was, saying go birds. So I had a good time.
Yep. But he's back, and so are we with the Birds, man. Before we do that, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel, all of our channels, me, King DV, Smitty, of course, Notion Game, of course, Moan, of course, Trigger Trey. We got a new show on the network coming on Tuesday, Broad Street Bliss Take with me, Alex, and Leader. I've been doing some work with them lately, so decided to turn it into a show on Tuesdays. So please subscribe to all of our channels, man. So let's get a recap from King, because I know you've been looking at the Eagles. Before we talk about the Patriots and that preseason, what's your thoughts on the Birds so far, King, as you was on vacay?
I mean, everything that happened, I already said, and me and Smitty already talked about that. It was going to happen. Like I said, Jacoby Dean's stock was going to go up because he needed to had that preseason. He needed to play against someone. And his mindset has to change from the injury. Also, he got his big brother, even though they close in age, but his big brother and Devin White in the locker room. And that helps as well. And you've seen it on the field, from this whole week. He had a great week and he's trending upward. Also Quinyon Mitchell. Um, yes, I feel like that Vic Fangio possibly did not want to, play any rookies or whatever like that the first season, but Quinyon Mitchell is a stud, and he could play inside, outside, and he made the best of his ability to with those snaps that from Cooper DeJean or um Avante Maddox, because he got switched to safety. He may just do with his basically his I don't want to say snaps. I want to say more so like his availability, just to be available at any position basically. A lot of people think that Kelly Ringo is better than him, but I don't think so. Um but it's all about basically, the concept that Vic Fangio want to put out on the product that he want to put out there. But overall, man, I think that we have a problem at right guard. I know we're going to get into that.
Yeah,
Um, I think we have a problem at right guard. Also, we also have a problem in the rotation at defensive end. Because one player has to get it together in his move sets. We're going to get into that as well.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I like where N'Kobe Dean is at. I like where the linebacker room is at right now mentally. I just want to see it consistently ahead of going into schedule towards week one. But I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm liking what I see, and hopefully, it continue, in the season.
right. Smitty, your thoughts on the Birds with preseason and training camp? Your thoughts on the Birds so far?
Shit. My thoughts on the Birds. N'Kobe Dean gonna be the starter. I know that for sure. Facts. I said that. I said that a couple of days ago, but he gonna take Zach one spot. I think I'm a little shaky on like how the DN rotation look, but it's also vanilla because it's preseason. So I'm kind of like not really able to truly evaluate. Um, I'm not really worried about right guard as much as most people. I think Makai bet they're gonna be fine in the right guard position. I don't think we
He
really.
wasn't injured too much according to reports, so it
They
wasn't
said it
that.
wasn't serious. They believe he'll be practicing tomorrow. I mean, he got hurt in like the last 20 minutes of practice. I mean, it wasn't really no point of going back out there anyways, to be honest. But neither here nor there. I think right guard is okay, but I do think that rotation at DN, I'm gonna have to see how Fangio really puts it out there because what I seen in preseason so far, it looked a little lackadaisical. It looked like he don't got it 100% who he want with who, and it seems like uh, with the confusion, maybe Bryce Huff isn't catching on. It looked like Nolan Smith's stock might be rising though, but it looks like today for the first time I heard Josh Sweat name for the first time in the whole camp. I was shocked that he had a breakout day. But I think I truly think he lost his spot. I think it's gonna be Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff to come out week one. I haven't heard enough Josh Sweat to be confident that he's the starter for the Eagles. But the secondary for me, really, really shocking what Quinyon Mitchell and Isaiah Rodgers are really doing. I haven't got an opportunity to see Slay on the field yet. I think he gonna, mesh in well with those guys. And to see Bradbury is still burnt toast after, everybody tried to convince me that he was gonna get it back. To watch him get cooked by tight ends and, rookies and all types of stuff like that. Just surprising that people still believe he could be a starter in the NFL.
Yep. Before we go to the one person that King DV was talking about, let's hear from him when it comes to BOBS word of the day. Tomorrow is spot. So I want to hear from King DV on who earned their spot the past two preseason games and who didn't. If you can choose, King.
One person that earned the spot is Mekhi Becton. We already seen that. He basically didn't suit up one of the games. I think he earned that starting position. The reason why I said that it was a problem at right guard because the people behind him, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that it's an issue because if Mekhi Becton, he's a big dude, pause, but he could get injured. He could be sitting out a couple plays or whatever like that, and then all of a sudden somebody else has to step in. Now today, in practice, it worked, but I don't think it's going to work against other teams basically. Um, but I think Makai Becton, I think he's a starter for sure. Um, whose stock is down?
Yeah, who didn't earn their spot if you had to choose?
Who didn't earn a spot on a roster to me?
Yeah.
And I'm so heartbroken about it, honestly, because I thought he was going to be able to make it because of statistics. What the statistics, the stats show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the stats show, I'm kind of heartbroken about Tyler Hall. Kind
Mm.
of,
Is he
kind of.
on IR? I think he done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I am heartbroken
But
about him
but
because I thought he was
but
going to be.
but
Go.
what did make me a little bit on his side is they, instead of doing what they did with the other dude they cut previously, they put him on the waiver reserve list and then cut him. I thought it
Yeah.
was a little bit promising that they didn't cut him. They put him on IR. They
You
didn't
talk
put him
about
on the
Makai,
waiver.
you talk about Makai Gardner.
Yeah, they put him
Yeah.
on that waived injury thing and then
Yeah.
basically cut him. But they didn't do that to Tyler, so I'm a little bit on the side that maybe they believe he gonna make this team.
I,
You tell me
I don't
what you
know
think,
because
because
you.
they could have
I'm saying
waived him. They don't owe him no money.
just like you just said. You just said up there said that you didn't really hear too much about Josh Sweat and all that. I didn't really hear too much about Tyler Hall. I didn't
I heard he was
really hear
doing
about
pretty
him.
well on second teams from what I did hear. I heard about him more than but we don't hear about a lot of second team reps. Like, and that's kind of where I'd be like, is people over there watching it, DV? Is they standing over there watching second team, or are they focused in on first team and they just catching second team during the break?
Both of what you just said. I
So,
feel like that, the ESPs, the reporters that's coming out, they're just trying to see, they're trying to get the hot takes like, oh, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. They're trying to get, the Quayon Mitchell because he was a first round pick for the Eagles. They're trying to get certain things out there in the media world. They're not trying to get the second team too much because the second team honestly probably won't get in unless the team is not healthy.
right.
Um, I kind of think that in the beginning, that Tyler Hall was somebody that we were looking at, before they actually because remember it was one point they basically didn't sign back or cut Avante Maddox. So we thought that Tyler Hall is going to be the starter slot before the draft, and then the draft happened, and then Avante Maddox got signed, and it's like, okay, I thought Tyler Hall was going to be the guy. The stats showed that he was the dude, and then we don't really hear too much about him. Um, he had a couple of nice plays, but then all of a sudden now he's hurt. He could be one of those guys looking out. He's out. Because you got to put Cooper DeJean somewhere. Quayon Mitchell is playing the slot a lot. Um, Avante Maddox can play the slot. You know, the, Avante Maddox also can play safety, but they do have uh CJ Gardner Johnson. They do have Reed Blankenship. They do have uh everybody don't like him here, but I feel like that he's going to be a part of the roster until it shows otherwise. James Bradbury is still there. Sidney Brown is still there. Makai Gardner was supposed to be a safety, but you know, more power to him. But at the same time, I feel like Tyler Hall is a big disappointment right now. So yeah, that's my two. Makai Becton is stock is up. Tyler Hall stock is down for me.
Yeah. Smitty?
Uh, stock up. N'Kobe Dean stock is up.
Yeah.
Stock down. Tyler Steen's stock is down. I mean, he came in as this is his job to lose, and he lost it. I mean, he's gonna be the backup right guard for the second year in a row, when he was said to be like Brandon Brooks. I mean, they told me he was gonna be Hall of Fame talent, and now he's gonna be Hall of Fame benching. He's gonna be watching Mekhi Becton, a guy from the Jets who couldn't get it done, come in and take his spot. And the bad thing about it is, Mekhi Becton is 25. If he come in and play top tier, you know Howie Roseman signs linemen. He's going to make sure Mekhi Becton gets paid. That's multiple years now of Tyler Steen not being on the field. His stock has to be as low as it's been since he got drafted. I'm just being real. And the Kobe Dean, I mean, he has put together probably the best 2 weeks of football since he's been drafted as a Philadelphia Eagle. He's literally taking the snaps, bro. Like, I was telling Kendall his stats. I was like, bro, it was like a 12-day stretch where nobody got first-team reps but Zach Bond and Devin White. And all of a sudden, after that, it's just like, boom, what's the caller has jumped in, and he's definitely, Pickett is definitely done. And now he's like,
we'll talk about him.
He's almost getting more snaps on first team. The only reason it's not down, DV, is because of what they really want to try to do, because he was a third-round sacrifice. But if it was a fourth-round, fifth-round sacrifice, he'd be third-string quarterback right now. They just don't want to. They don't want it.
What's going on?
They don't want to. They don't want to make it look like they made a big mistake. They did, but man, the Kobe Dean, I think today, if I'm not mistaken, got more first-team snaps than Zach Bond. His stock is rising very quickly. But it's because he out there putting the work in, and you got a guy like Devin White who it seems like every chance he get, he going to bat for you. Like, every time they bring him up, you see this big smile on his face, and he give you like the greatest story about what he feel about the Kobe Dean, with the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? He say, hey, look, man, he got to be more motivated. He got to get downhill. He got to, he got to do some things. And I feel the Kobe Dean, I told you last week, I felt like he was still trying to get himself back in rhythm. I think he said, damn that rhythm, and just started playing. And that's what he really need to do. Like, hey, look, I got to get out on the field. I got to give my best performance, because if I don't, I'm going to be somewhere standing on the sideline with my helmet stuck on the air conditioning sprayer, keeping it cool, because I ain't going to be doing nothing. So I think the Kobe Dean is up. I think Tyler Steen is down. I don't want to say nobody. Like, most of the other people, I don't know if their stock is down. Like, I think Avonte Maddox's stock is wavering. It's kind of going up and down because he's had a couple of good plays, but he had a couple bad. I feel like James Bradbury's stock never went up or down. I think it's still rock bottom. I think he had to prove himself from zero. So I don't know if his stock can drop. And just not being able to tackle, not being able to cover. I just don't know how you steadily justify Bradbury being a part of this roster after what we continuously see week in and week out. And it's not getting better. It seems like it's getting worse. I don't know if DV paid attention to the couple of plays where Bradbury got put in the souffle. But I just don't understand how they're going to justify him being on this team, man.
They're going to justify it. They're going to justify it because of 2022. They're going to hold on to that and say, yo, in 2022, this is what he did. So, and he's smart and zone, and this is basically what they're going to do. They're going to try to sell us Bradbury to be in the rotation a little bit. That's what they're going to do.
We watching it we see that. We see him looking crazy.
Exactly, but we also had coaches and everything that said that, we coaches for a reason. Y'all don't really know what's going on in behind closed doors and everything like that. So we don't really know anything.
Well, DV, guess what? I see the open door and don't like it. So I don't even care what happened behind the closed one.
So what I'm saying is all I'm saying is whatever 53 they put out, we gotta rock with it. And we're gonna sit up there and call them buns if they buns, and if they playing well, we're gonna honor it. That's basically what it is. But at the same time, we know James Bradbury should not be on this roster.
Listen,
We know,
if James Bradbury made the roster, I'm going 17, 18 weeks of cut Bradbury hashtags. I swear to God.
he's going to
Every
make the roster.
post,
He gonna make
every
the
post.
roster.
Why? But why? There's
Uh,
nothing he's doing
no.
better than anybody else. There's plenty of other guys
Bro,
that come in and actually do something with that spot.
bro. It's not about what he's doing. It's never about what he's doing. It's the business. We keep talking about Justice Simmons coming in as a safety. You got Bradbury here making a certain amount of money. If you cut him, we basically lose 7 million, right? So why do that? And just to sign Justice Simmons, if you could just keep Bradbury
Hold on.
in the rotation, you don't have to have him start.
I didn't say cut him to sign nobody. Just cut him because he can't play. And if you put him on the field, we in trouble.
Exactly. But I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is they're not going to cut him. They're not just going to cut him. He's going to
I ain't
be
gonna say I
traded.
believe or disbelieve, but I believe he could be cut, man. Because you
I
can
don't
stretch
think
out. You can stretch that. You don't have to. But they already said they wanted to see what they could do with him. You've heard them say it multiple times. I want to see. I want to see. So the 22 is keeping him running right now. If you can steady getting busted up in practice, you steady getting busted up in the preseason games. We playing you almost 4 quarters, and you ain't got no good tape yet. Not one.
So all this on all the cornerbacks that went from cornerback to safety, the Charles Woodsons, the Avante Maddox that can play both. Just to name a couple. All of them can play man to man, zone. All of them can tackle in open field. This is things that James Bradbury cannot do. What more do you need to see as a coach to be like, yo, you got burnt by not one, but 2 rookies last season? They put you on an island. You should have been able to handle that. A lot of people justify it.
I think it's a possibility he get cut, but I think they're giving him a chance, bro. I mean, like you said, 22 is buying him time,
bro. They're not giving him a chance, bro. You know why? Because what's your call just got put on a waiver, and he was supposed to be a safety.
Who?
Mekhi Gardner.
I didn't know he was safety. Since when?
He was. They converted him.
Oh, I ain't know.
Yeah,
and he was hurt though. He couldn't stay healthy. He was barely practicing.
Right.
And he doesn't have a 2022 on his to buy him a training camp, to buy him time. He don't got that. Mekhi Gardner has never put any production on the Philadelphia Eagles football field. None. That buys him any time. Bradbury has. I will give you that he has a grace for being a All-Pro Pro Bowler in 2022. Yes, they are giving him grace that they wouldn't give somebody else that was playing this bad. But I still believe if he is looking as bad as we are seeing right now, he might not make the roster. And you can, I know you said the $7 million DV, but you can move that $7 million because we still have 2 void years on his contract. So you can split that 7 into 3. So you can literally only play $2 million for cutting him right now. The only reason he's still here is for what you told me, though.
But you making my argument that.
But look what just happened, though. Think about this too. Both our safeties that could have helped us just came back from injury. So who would have been back there playing safety right now if we had cut Bradbury?
If we would have cut Bradbury, no,
it'd have been Maddox and Blankenship.
No, false. It'd have been CJ and Reed.
CJ was hurt. I just said, well, while CJ was hurt, Bradbury played most of those reps. So who would have been playing safety if Bradbury was cut? He's seeming to me like a camp body.
I don't think he's a camp body.
He's playing everywhere. They throwing him everywhere.
First of all,
they throwing him everywhere, bro. You heard this man playing everywhere. I seen you put him on tight ends 1-on-1. I seen you put him in the slot. I've seen you put him at safety. You're trying to find a way to keep him on the roster because of 2022. You are. But he's literally shooting himself in the big toe every time they move. Because he get cooked.
He do. And that's what I'm saying. That I feel like they're keeping him around because of 2022. I think they're keeping him around. Like I said, I don't think like we know what can happen, but I don't think Howie wants to deal with that. I think that he's going to keep him as long as possible to make him a trade bait.
Nobody's trading for James Bradbury. He know that shit. If he believe that, then I got to reevaluate how I feel about Howie. If you think somebody coming to holler at for James Bradbury, ain't nobody calling for James. I don't listen. The only way James get a phone call, that team's secondary has completely fell apart due to injury, and they have no choice but to revamp with the cornerback that's available.
Right, and that's what I was getting at. Like throughout the season, players get hurt. It's football. Things happen. Trade deadline comes up. They might be asking for James Bradbury. They might be.
Yeah. He and keep the questions coming, y'all. Let's see.
No. Cool Cat, you're not off the hook, bro. You're not off the hook. You asked us the question. Who's your stock up and stock down player so far in training camp?
Yeah. Oh,
I asked you a question.
Okay. Okay. Easy. All right. If I got to choose stock up, I would have to choose the Kobe Dean, man. I'm with you guys on the Kobe Dean. Stock down, I'm also with you guys on Tyler Steen because Mekhi Becton is taking his spot. Now, luckily, he'll probably practice tomorrow. But Tyler Steen he was supposed to take the spot at right guard, but because he was hurt, and I don't know how long he'll be, remain. I think it'll be Mekhi Becton's spot to lose, in my opinion. So that's me. The Kobe Dean, a lot of people had their thoughts on the Kobe Dean this training camp, but after what I watched, especially today, after what I watched, you gotta give him his spot up for what he's been doing. I mean, he had a sack on Jalen today, and he did look good in preseason. So Nakobe Dean, he gets his spot. Tyler Steen, he got to earn it. He got to earn it, in my opinion. But that's
he can't earn it. He did.
Who?
Tyler Steen.
I think he did. I just think that he's a depth piece.
No, you know what? No, I ain't saying he like off the team. I'm saying he's not getting that starting spot.
No. That's what I'm saying.
No.
He did. He not get a cool cat. I told somebody, I said, look, Mekhi Becton don't play against the Patriots. He locked it up. Mekhi Becton was standing over there in street clothes. I said, oh man, yeah, he got it. So they had him out with Cam and Landon and all the other five. I was like, yeah. And I seen Tyler Steen out there playing like 3 quarters. I'm like, oh shit, Tyler, you done let this man come in here and take the spot. But they said he learning fast. So I mean,
yeah, because we need all the bodies we can get week 1. So for me, if Mekhi Becton can be right guard, so be it. He earned it.
Hey, DV, why is Taysom Hill playing running back?
Bro.
I'm watching the Saints 40. No, they've done this in regular season, but I'm just watching it. He's been in for a minute, like as the running back. I'm like, is like, do they not have extra going down the stream?
I just be in there, Eagle Nation. I just be in there listening half of the time because I'll be at work. They be talking. Some people say what's up to me. I hear them, but I'm like, I can't say nothing because if I say something, I'm at work.
I don't be doing Eagle spaces, but I do be doing spaces though.
Yeah.
Eagle fans don't like to show up, and then when they show up angry. I don't be having time for all that. Like, what are you mad about? Like, God dang, bro.
So look. The whole time on the cruise, like I said, I had my Eagles hats. I had my Eagles shirts that I made, Eagles shirts that I bought. I had my Eagles flip flops.
Yep.
Everything was Eagles down, right? They was like, let me guess where you from. You from Philly. It was a conversation starter, right? Everybody was talking, male, female. They were just talking, right? A lot of people were saying that y'all should do it this year. Y'all should get back to the Super Bowl this year. I said, yeah, that's the only option. That's
Yep.
the only option. Really, regardless of how we think about the defense right now and all that, the offense besides a lot of people had questioned the right guard position because they're not sold on Mekhi Becton, but
Right.
we know what we see with our eyes. But the defense, I feel like that we should still, get back there. We
Yeah.
should still get back there.
I,
Due to health,
knock on
first
wood.
things first. We should get back there and be able to face, the Taylor Swift Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree.
They ain't making it back, man. They ain't making it back.
All right, bro. Who you got beating them though?
I think
bro.
we got to play. I think we got to play Cincinnati. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No. You know who I
If
think?
it's Cincinnati, I'll be shocked.
You said
Why?
Cincinnati, bro.
That's the only team that could beat Kansas City in the playoffs. Name another team that's beat them in the playoffs since Patrick Mahomes been the quarterback.
That is true. But
Only team that's beat them.
Right.
Only.
But what about Jamar Chase? He hasn't been paid yet. And that organization up there in Cincinnati.
No, Jamar Chase will get paid.
They working on a contract.
Higgins,
he just want more money.
Now Higgins, I don't think Higgins gonna get paid after this year.
Right.
Yeah, but Higgins did. I think if Higgins comes down to be more reasonable and he thinks he's Smitty money, he will get paid. But he thinks he's Justin Jefferson money, he won't get paid.
That'd be a bad move for the Bengals though, because the Bengals.
Why? They're trying to do what we did. They're trying to mark us to the T. They're trying to do the AJ and Smitty. But Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins is like, oh, I'm just as good as Jamar Chase. I need Justin Jefferson money too. Like, come on, bro. You got to be reasonable if you want to win.
But that offensive line still got to protect the quarterback to get these guys the ball.
That's one.
They revamped the line. They ain't had a bad line in like 2 years.
Okay.
Texans might be.
Go look at the numbers. They since that Super Bowl.
I'm not saying they're not getting better.
14. I think they like 14th the last 2 years.
I'm not saying they're not getting better. What I'm saying is your quarterback got hurt last season.
Not due to the pocket though. Wasn't that because he was scrambling? No, he scrambled out and hit the hand. That's how his hand got messed up.
Oh, he was just a doofus. Okay.
He did one of the trying to get by somebody. He hit his hand on top of the helmet.
I can see the Texans. I can see the Texans, and I can also see, well, depending on if their quarterback played good year 2. But I also can see the Ravens, because the Ravens, if they get smart and use the run game.
Right. No, Eagles.
The only problem that I keep saying about the Ravens is, how do you change Lamar Jackson to under center, and he hasn't played under center since high school?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
He hasn't took a snap from under center since high school. That's a lot of years, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Even if you get him under there, BV, I got a question. How comfortable is he doing it now? Is he tripping over his feet? Is he really, or is he crispy?
But you could also, well, I'm not going to say you could also, but people could also have that question about Jalen Hurts for the last couple seasons.
But Jalen Hurts actually took under center in college, though. You can
I know.
But the thing is, you can't find any of that Lamar because they played like 90% shotgun in Louisville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you go by the colors, everybody's saying it's going to be Ravens Eagles in the Super Bowl because of the colors.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I just don't know, man. I like Lamar too. I would like to see him in the Super Bowl, but I gotta see how they're gonna use Derek before I can put that on there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see the Ravens are I'm gonna say Lamar. I don't see Joe Burrow. I don't see Josh Allen. I don't see Tua. I don't see none of those guys beating Patrick. Just because of good
I think
coaching.
Joe can. I think Joe can, because I mean I've seen Joe do it before. So
You don't think the Chiefs
he
is going yeah,
he
yeah.
3-1.
You, yeah, right, facts. But you don't think the Chiefs gonna have a chip on their shoulder if they face them in the playoffs?
You said
Like
what
they
now?
know the record. I'm saying the Chiefs know the record. So
Okay.
I'm saying that you don't think the Chiefs gonna have that standard? Like, yo, we got a ball because this team breaks it when they face us.
I
Like I'm
mean,
not
they've
betting
had it.
against them,
I'm sure they had it before when the people was calling it Burrowhead, and they went in there and took an L in the AFC Championship.
bro. Yo,
I mean, look, what's more? Listen, that's like somebody being like, tell it going on national TV and be like, oh, that's Link West, that's our stadium. The Eagles coming every time. So when you said Burrowhead, the next time we played, I should have punched you in the mouth, and they lost. You let them people go to the Super Bowl after calling your stadium Burrowhead.
yeah. So listen, you said it like that, and this is how I feel about if the 49ers have to step into the link one more again in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
We not losing, bro.
But we different.
Exactly.
I think we built different than Kansas City. I just think the way the roots of Philly is different than the roots of Kansas City. I ain't knocking no player on the team, just the foundation of the team, how we're built, how we rock. I think the next time they come in here, it's almost like a bloodbath.
Exactly. I want to answer this question right here. Did the NFC get tougher?
No,
No. No. 49ers
no.
got a Brandon
Oh,
Ayuk
so
problem.
so
Go
so so
ahead.
so 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 look. I don't care about. See, that's the thing, right? I don't care about the Brandon Ayuk problem. I don't care about the CeeDee Lamb problem. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is how strong my team is going into 2024.
Damn right.
I'm a little bit
But
different, DV. I do worry about the
but but
Brandon Ayuk.
but I've been hearing a lot of talk on Twitter. Even on the boat. I'm on a boat. I paid. I paid for data. I paid for data, so I've been watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are saying, "Yo, Falcons going to be a problem." Kirk Cousins, they quarterback. Let me just stop there.
Okay.
So, but they said Kirk Cousins, Atlanta's going to be a problem. Uh, Cooper, uh, the Rams. They said the Rams going to
Cooper
be a
Cup.
problem. Cooper Cup is going to be a problem.
Yep.
So the Rams is going to be a problem.
Of course, the
They
Packers,
said
they got love for love.
they was giving a lot of love to that rookie quarterback before he got hurt over there in Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got hurt. So now
Yeah.
they know that Sam Donald is the quarterback. So now they're trying to say, all right, well,
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson is going to be good, even though I seen a video Justin Jefferson got clamped up. That's just one play, but still, you
Yeah.
know, um, I don't see no team beating the threats to the Eagles set for 49ers. I
Yep.
really don't. I really don't. Even with or without Brandon Ayuk, I feel like the 49ers will still find a way to win football games.
Right.
Brandon Ayuk is not a threat. Listen, and this is my last statement. Brandon Ayuk is not the threat that he think he is to that 49ers team, like the defense, CMC, uh who else?
Kiddo?
You got Jennings, Kittle don't really do nothing but like one maybe two big plays a game, and
Yeah.
then he dabbled there, here and there, like a tight end. But you got still Debo Samuel and everything like that.
I got a
If you
question.
put, I feel like if you put Brandon Ayuk as a number one receiver on any team, he's not a number one receiver, bro. I feel like the hype is real, bro, because I feel like that Debo Samuel, Kittle, and all those guys get so much attention, whereas though that this guy is open.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
When Brandon Ayuk was the only receiver left on the 49ers, and I hate to take up for these fools. When Debo, CMC, and Trent Williams went down, who carried that offense?
Against who?
They played Cleveland, best defense in the league last year at home. They played Cleveland at home. I think Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk. No, they was, bro. I can show you the splits of the Browns defense.
I said the rush was good. The pass rush.
You ain't have your best lineman. You ain't have your best running back or your best gadget guy. I think your boy averaged like 110 in those 3 games, bro. And a touchdown. Like that ain't nothing to sleep on when everybody gone. I believe he's still a number 1.
How many receptions he averaged?
Something like eight receptions, something like that.
Down that stretch. 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he's still a number 1, and I feel like the 49ers know it affect them. Look what happened since the last time they lost their receivers in 2019, when that team had to rebuild and find new pieces. They had to find that extra piece because Kittle and Debo wasn't getting it done no more. You needed CMC, you needed Ayuk. Why you think they won't? If it was so easy to replace, why haven't they took one of these deals that they said was quote unquote what they wanted? Why not? He don't got a no trade clause. It's no reason why you can't trade Brandon Ayuk. Why not trade him if he's not that big of a piece in my eyes? If he's not that big of a piece, DB, why not trade him?
Because I feel like they solidify. They know in their mind that they got the team to do it. It's just the mishap. They want to run it back. Basically, I'm not mad at that. I think they just want to run it back with the same squad. And I think Brandon Ayuk. I'm not saying Brandon Ayuk is a scrub. Don't get it confused. What I'm saying is that he's looking for a certain type of money that only the people that he either don't want to play for, or the 49ers are saying no to is willing to pay. The Patriots was willing to pay that.
DB, I don't believe he turned down no deals. I'm gonna just keep it real.
Who?
I think the Patriots said no. I mean, I think San Francisco said no.
No, that's what I'm saying. 49ers said no.
49ers 32 million. Listen, 32 million on the table. I'm pretty sure Brandon Ayuk was like, let's do it. They finna give me 32. Patriots like, no, he too happy to go there. He too happy to go there. No, we moving on.
Brandon Ayuk, it was rumors that they were saying that Brandon Ayuk didn't like the quarterback staff, didn't like the quarterbacks, didn't like the cold weather there. It was a lot of rumors. But I feel like that 49ers is blocking a lot of stuff because they want him back. I'm not saying they don't need him back because they do, especially to be that juggernaut in the NFC. But like I said, the NFC is not tougher because other teams did not get better.
Mm-hmm.
I think teams got better. I think teams got better, but I don't think they got good enough to compete because definitely the Giants got better. Quarterback's still a bad problem, but their defensive line, their defensive back end.
No, the defense is great.
Their offensive line is going to probably be better. They got better, but where they were at last year to how much better they got, they don't compete, right? I think Carolina got better, but they were the 32nd team last year. So getting better, but
they're gonna be 20. They're gonna be 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like teams got better. I ain't gonna like you said they didn't get better. I ain't gonna say nobody didn't get better. I just don't think nobody moved from non-competitive to competitive over this offseason. I don't think a team did that.
Yeah.
But I think it's teams that maybe circumstance last year make them a better team this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Saints are better. Maybe they do improve because Derek Carr was hurt and they played bad last season. Maybe they do get an extra 2 wins. Does that make them a competitor? Nah, maybe Atlanta gets 7-8 wins. Like the teams I thought that got better, I still don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. I don't think they playoff perennial teams. Like I don't think they move themselves from the middle of the pack to the top of the pack. I just didn't see it.
Question: Who's your just right now? If you looking at the rosters and everything before the cuts and all that, who is your 4 divisional winners in the NFC?
All right, Eagles for me, of course, because no team won this division back to back, and we're just that better. Let's see. The NFC South is weird, but if I got to choose, give it to the Falcons. I mean, it could go either way between them and the Bucks, but give it to the Falcons. Got to give it to the 49ers. I mean, unless the Rams do something this off before week 1, give it to the 49ers.
In the North?
The North, ooh. Because the Bears, they could do it. They could be sneaky good. The Packers.
Not a hard choice.
Yeah. Yeah, the Packers. I mean, we got to deal with them week 1. So, and then the Lions. Dang.
Oh, no, it is a hard choice then.
Yes. Yeah.
I forgot about the Lions.
I give you. You want just 4? Or you want 8?
The four divisional winners. The 4 divisional winners, bro.
All right,
I give you the 4 for AFC and NFC.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Give it to the Bears. They'll be the first.
You giving it to the Bears?
Give it to the Bears.
Yeah. I don't know where he's been drinking.
All right, so I'm gonna go Detroit, Eagles, Buccaneers, and for the NFC, hold on, which one I'm missing? West, San Francisco, Chiefs, Ravens. I'm gonna give one team a pass. It's the only team I'm gonna give a pass. I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
The AFC too?
I just did the AFC. I'm gonna give it to the Dolphins. Just because I want to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, give it to the Dolphins. What's the last one? AFC South? I'm give it to the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Bro, the Bills. Have you seen the Bills? They playing Josh Allen half of the preseason games because that offense look horrible. I just don't know if they're gonna get it together. They don't have receivers, and I don't think you win a division solely off of playing with the tight end. I just think the Bills fell off. I don't know what I'm gonna get out of Aaron Rodgers, a 30-plus-year-old coming back from Achilles, and
40.
I don't. Oh yeah, 40-year-old coming off an Achilles, and I don't know what I get out of I don't think the Patriots in contention, so I'm gonna give it to the Dolphins.
Yeah. Before I say why I chose the Bears, let me answer this. No, Cowboys. They could be a wild card team, but we ain't talking about that. They could be a wild card team, I guess.
Man, they have an ego. Why he's just trolling? Don't pay him no more.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the reason I chose, I know the reason The reason I chose the Bears because let's be real, they doing some really good stuff over there. And
I just felt like you put a lot on a rookie. That was my only thing.
Yeah.
If it was a vet coming in that situation, cool cat. Like if let's say for instance Kurt had moved from Minnesota to Chicago, I'm taking Chicago because the situation is just I just don't know what Caleb give me yet. I'm a little scared. And then when I seen him the other day, that first quarter for me really made me like, what happens when the team really putting it on? Like when the team really got their whole squad out there, they really coming to get you. Because I seen them turn on a blitz maybe 2 times. He looked frustrated. I was like, what happens with like when a Schwartz, when you go play the Browns and Schwartz say, you know what, we finna go get this rookie all night, or you know what I'm saying? I can see where you're going though, because they did put a well put together team. I can't even lie to you on that. Cool. Right. I mean, the pieces they got to me is comparable to what we almost did. You know, like they brought. I'm saying like the 2016 offseason, 2017.
Right.
They just went out and got a bunch of guys.
Right.
And I think they did a great job.
Yeah, and I know we're supposed to continue with Eagles talk, but let's. The only reason why I chose the Bears because let's be real, they haven't won the division since 2018. Like something's gotta give sooner or later.
Why you didn't take the Browns? The Browns ain't never won it.
That is true, but Deshaun Watson though. Deshaun Watson, no.
ATV.
Deshaun Watson, no.
He said they ain't won in like 18 years. But what about the Browns? They've been in the division since the
I feel like
60s.
the Browns is just Deshaun Watson, though. What's he gonna be? Is they gonna
I
get
don't
out of
know.
here? Amari Cooper? Like, what's
Nah,
Deshaun
the
Watson gonna
Browns.
be?
Nah, I think the Browns done. I think they gave up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Deshaun Watson, I gotta see something from him week 1. I mean, we face him week 4, I know, and I'm gonna be tailgating with you guys when the Cleveland Browns game. I'll be tailgating with you guys, by the way. But yeah, I need to see something when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, what they done lately? Like that's just me. But yeah. So a lot of people in the chat talking about Kenny Pickett. Y'all got any thoughts on him and Tanner McKee? If y'all got any thoughts,
I do.
Go ahead.
No, man. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
I do.
He should get
Now,
no time on any podcast. Dude is garbage.
He is. Don't get me wrong, he is. But his time in the NFL is giving him that time. And I hate that Nick Sirianni said that in his presser today, that he's going to be solidified as the QB2.
You think it's his time for real in the NFL?
I think that's what it is. That's the only thing.
I thought it was the draft capital. That was really my whole thing, because he only got 13 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I thought it was more that we gave it the 97th pick.
That could be it too.
He basically a top 100 pick. What is 10? What was Tanner? 6th round?
6, yeah, he was 6.
I see why they got him in there, but he shouldn't be.
So yeah. But Tanner didn't have a good day today. So
his first bad day, right? I see somebody saying like he had his first bad day. They thought the pressure might be getting to him.
It could be because they put him in the second team, so it could have been.
Yeah.
I think he need more second team reps, to be honest. I think he had a bad day today. For me, DV, I know it might be an excuse, but he don't got no rapport with those second team receivers. I mean, and then you put him in there, you calling it up. You ain't changing it up. He used to those third guys. He know where they're gonna be at. You know what I mean? You could tell like when he was in the game the other day and he got a few of the second team guys in, he was still going to the third stringers because he was just comfortable. I think he just need more second team reps, in my opinion. He was getting some good second team reps for a minute, and then all of a sudden it was like, we can't bench Kenny.
There's 2 gloves. Kenny was what is they guy. I feel like that's what it is. I think that with Kellen Moore and Vic, yes, we love them as coordinators right now because it's better than what we had. But at the same time, they don't like really to take any chances on like rookies or people that they don't know. They would go for people that they do know. Like as big as we are on the Kobe Dean right now, I think that he would start. But I also think that it would be a lot of rotation at that linebacker position. It would be Devin White, Kobe Dean, and then it would be Devin White and Zach Bond, and then Kobe Dean will come back in because they try to mix it up or whatever like that. I heard today that Kobe Dean actually was out of a play with Devontae Smith and made a play on a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like they said that he's playing like how he was back in Georgia. So that's a good thing. That's a great thing. But it also could be, just to play devil's advocate, it also could mean that he's familiar with what we're doing as a team. But he also having great days against the opposing team, even though they're not showing a lot. But they Kobe Dean is having these days. So you got to think about it like, is Vic and what's your call? Is Vic and Kellen Moore's call on who's going to start, who's going to be in to make their scheme and everything, because they're still fighting for a job or to keep their job, I should say. if not a better job in Kellen Moore's state because we don't really know his logic at all. We know Vic's logic is stay here his whole contract, probably retire. That's it. But Kellen Moore, he's actually looking for a new contract.
Mm-hmm. What up, Big Simple?
Sam, what it is, boy?
Liddy, man, salute to Big Simple, man. So we got one more preseason game coming up. Do y'all want? Because we haven't seen. Well,
Yes, 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 yes. Yep,
go
yep.
ahead, start us
I
off,
need
Keith.
I
You know
need
where I'm
them.
going.
I need them to play a series. I need the starters to play a series because after this is Brazil.
Thank
We
you.
need the starters to play a series at the least, because we cannot have no shaky. Now I understand that they use the joint practice as like as a game, a preseason game for the starters and everything like that. I understand all that, but you got to make sure that this is gelling. I don't know why they're if they don't, I don't know why they waiting to Brazil to perform. I don't know why. I need to see this drive to see like, yo, we really need the first team to actually get some reps. First, even if it's like the first half and the second half, it has to be something so they can have that collision with the opposing team, and then they can take that, have practices, fly to Brazil, play that game, and then we need to know what we're working on. We cannot sit up there and hold it to the point where Brazil, this is when we're getting our first take on how the offense look. It's cool to see on X, Jalen Hurts throwing passes to Dallas Goddard or
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley and everything like that. But we need to see this in real time to the point where now we're like, yo, if we're doing live play-by-plays at content creators or anything like that, then we can see what's going on and what we need to work on. Period. And also the players, also Kellen Moore. We know what we need to work on because we're going against probably the second team, first team, whatever like that. Teams are really starting to ramp up. The Raiders just named Gardner Minshew, somebody that we said sucked, stash ball. They named him the starter for week one. Teams are getting ready, they ramping up. So yes, this is the time that you want to put your starters out there. Period. So yes, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
to answer your question, because I know where you was going with it,
Yep.
they need to play. They need
Yeah.
to play at the least a series.
Yep. Before I pass it to Smee, let me give my thoughts on it because Brock Purdy is playing preseason. Uh, Jordan Love played in preseason. Patrick Mahomes played in preseason. The point I'm trying to make here is you got to play the starters, all of them, in this last preseason game. First of all, that's the link. Let's be real. It ain't going to rain. It ain't going to be stormy. Knock on wood. It'll be sunshine and breezy at the link. This is the one and only time until Monday Night Football versus the Falcons to see our birds until they fly to Brazil. You need to play your starters, number one. And I get it. Injuries could happen. I get it. Knock on wood. But they need some reps. They need some reps. You got people asking, why hasn't Jalen Hurts on the Eagles playing in preseason? Is there super national funk over? I'm Nick Ryan. I'm a moron. You gotta play your starters in preseason just to get some reps, just to get ready for Brazil. Because if you don't play your starters, the next game is Brazil. It will count. It's going to count. And we've seen it versus games like, I'll say the Lions and I'll say the Patriots week one. We all agree, week one, if you don't play your starters, it gets sloppy. It gets sloppy week one. You got to play your starters. Point blank, period. Everybody, Cam, everybody, get the start. I get it. Injuries can happen. It's a win or lose. It's a lose-lose situation. I get it. But play them. Play them. What's your thoughts, Smitty?
What's the question? Should we play them or are we going to play them?
Either one.
Should we?
Truthfully, I don't care, to be honest. I mean, the game don't mean nothing to me. I mean, you get out there, yeah, you get a couple reps or whatever, but I mean, however we've been doing it, I mean, it's been working, right? So we've been not playing them for what, 3 years? We haven't seen a starter in 3 years in the preseason game, so it's kind of like I don't know if it helps or hurts. Yeah, I see like Patrick Mahomes playing in the preseason, but Patrick Mahomes likes playing in the preseason. I mean, he talks about, asking Andy Reid to put him in preseason games. Jordan Love, he played in preseason because he ain't got no resume. He only got one season, cool cat. Like he should be playing in preseason.
Right.
He didn't look that good at the start of the season for 9 games. Like if Jalen Hurts, it was showing something where they felt the offense needed to get out there and do something, I believe they would have been out there already. I think we're going to see the same guys that played the last 2 preseason games. You're going to see the starters on defense, which I believe, in everybody's opinion, is the team that takes the longest to get it together. So I kind of believe, if the defense is out there, because if y'all really think about it, the 2 games we had, right, the Patriots game and the Detroit game, those weren't offensive woes. Those was defensive woes. We gave up 35 against Detroit, and we gave up like 30-something against the Patriots. Like, I think it's more defense that need to play than offense. I think the offense, to me, if they play, I mean, you put them out there, see what you got. But at this point, at this juncture, I'm at the point, like, I wanted to see them in the first game. I told y'all that. Like, I thought if they didn't do it the first game, they weren't going to do it. And when they called it off the first game, I told Kendall them, like, I don't think you're going to see our starters. They one opportunity was to play against the Ravens, and they didn't. So, should they play them is a different question. Now, you want to get the things of, let me see how it works. Let me see how it's clicking. Let me see, how good it goes against somebody else's defense in pass where you actually getting hit. You get that first hit. You get to feel the gist of the game, how fast it's moving. That can help some of the young guys that's going to be stepping in and playing a significant role on the offense. But I think all the guys other than, like, the offensive line, Jalen Hurts, Saquon, AJ, and Devontae has played. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I think those are the only guys that's been out, really, right? I don't think AJ, Devontae, and Smitty need any type of camaraderie or gelling on the field. It's gonna happen how it's gonna happen for them. To me, I don't think there's nothing you can fix with them. I mean, their timing is, if it ain't immaculate at this point for me, if y'all ain't on the same page at this point going into year 3 together, then it ain't gonna never get together. It ain't no preseason game 2 series that's gonna help that. I just feel like at this point, man, I just want to get to Brazil. I wish we could be going to Brazil next week, and I mean, I would prefer it. And with that being said, if we went next week, none of our offensive players played, and I'm not as worried about the offense as I am the defense. If that makes sense, I want to see the defense. I prefer Slay get out there.
Facts.
Like, I think he really need to be out there. He ain't got no snaps. And from what I seen in the tapes, from what I heard from Kemp, he just as burnt as Bradbury at this moment. I think he need to get out there with them starters instead of Isaiah Rodgers, Quinyon Mitchell, and Keely Ringo playing. If he's the starter week 1, and that's unless they showing me something I haven't heard that these the 3 guys is gonna be on the field week 1, game 1, then maybe I'm wrong. But I think he need to get out there with them guys, man, because I felt like he left on a bad note to go get surgery. We ended up going down a bad stretch after his, leaving for surgery. I just think he need to be out there, man. I think he really need to be out there, in my opinion.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, King, if you want to respond?
I hear what Smitty is talking about, and I agree to a certain point. I feel like that, yes, you not too worried about the offense, but at the same time, going off of last year, getting Jalen Hurts immaculated with the Kellen Moore scheme, breaking in Saquon Barkley, somebody like, yes, let's just be honest. We had Miles Sanders, we had DeAndre Swift, but Saquon Barkley brings another dynamic. Also, the stripping up that right guard position that we were talking about earlier. Um, and just including that wide receiver three, including that tight end, in the Kellen Moore scheme that Jalen Hurts really strayed away from in the Nick Sirianni scheme. Let's just call it what it is. Um, I feel like that they should at least play a series just because of that. Just to get the, even if they don't score, even if it's not like something that we want our like to see, but at least just to get the feel and then bounce. I do agree that the defense needs to step it up and play. I need to see a lot more of Nolan Smith. Because Nolan Smith, yes, he was getting sacks. He got a sack on Drake May last preseason game, but at the same time, his moves didn't increase. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching tape,
No,
and
it,
no,
I'm gonna say this, DV. It did. It increased. It
no, it didn't.
increased. It did, but he's not. He's now not finishing the moves. He's going into the move. He gets shut down. He's not finishing the move. He just. All right, now I'm just gonna rush.
So basically, you're saying that he's lacking counters.
Yes. So he punching like it's just like a boxer going in. He throwing the straight. He hitting you, but then when you hit him with a hook, he just throw his gloves up. All right, I'm just gonna walk into him to see if I can slow him down. That's basically
You
what he
don't
did.
win
Bro,
points like that, bro.
I seen 3 new moves, DV, that he did not finish. I seen him do like a fake spin. He fake spin, but he caught his shoulder, and then he just went back to the ghost technique and just tried to go around. I said, "Come on, bro, finish the
And
move."
that's the comfortability. That's the comfortability of Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith like that ghost move. He loved that ghost move.
Even on the sack, DV, even on the sack, he was going for a new move. He went for the long arm spin inside. He get hit when he put the long arm out. He get hit. He just happened to say, "Okay, I'm gonna just take off running to the quarterback."
Yeah,
But he's not finishing them. Even when you got hit, your move should have still been spent because you still should have spent inside. He just
but
not
that's what I'm
finishing
saying.
the move, and that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good.
It's
He
not. It's
added
not
moves that he not finishing. It don't help.
right. And you could tell that he was practicing it, but at the same time, he didn't have the counters ready. The counter has to
Maybe
be ready.
maybe maybe getting used to it. You think
That
maybe him
ghost
just
move.
using
No,
it
no,
over and over
no,
again.
no, 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 no,
No, I'm
no.
saying like not the ghost move. I'm saying getting used to using the new moves. Maybe he'll start finishing as he sees like, okay, it's actually working. Okay, it's actually maybe down the stretch. Because I mean, it has only been like 3-4 months of him working on the moves. He might just maybe he got to learn to finish instead of just giving up and going back to what you know.
They
It's
try to do
easy,
that,
cause
man.
bro, it's easy to DV. Come on, let's be real, bro. If you talk to a psychologist, it's easy to go back to habits if you're not comfortable with the new stuff.
But
It's
see,
just
that's where
like
I'm at
it's just
with it.
like putting cigarettes down and going to a vape. When
But
you
that's
when
where
you
I'm
say
at
that
with it,
vape not doing something, you're going back to cigarettes. So
bro. Bro, I'm gonna let everybody know in the comments. Thank y'all for being at Bro Street Aftermath. I'm gonna let y'all all know in the comments. When I first started this here YouTube, it took me about 3 or 4 months to sit up there and get a little stride going to the point where views start going up, subscribers start going up, and all that. This is just talking. It's just talking about a team that you're passionate about. If you're sitting up there getting paid up $10 million for just to get to the quarterback, just to do certain things, and we know that the ghost move is your move, and you're sitting up there like, okay, well, I'm going to practice these moves right here, right? And you're practicing these moves. and you get contact, and now you going back to your bread and butter is the ghost move. The ghost move didn't help you the first year. It didn't. The times that you were here, period. They figured you out that you only had the ghost move. You got to have a counter, period. We're relying on you because
He
no,
in
no,
year
wait, wait, wait,
two.
wait, 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 wait.
I think you're giving him a little bit too much, bro. In year two, bro. I really think you're killing him in year two.
But when you lose somebody like a Hassan Reddick, when you lose somebody like that, and then you got somebody in a Bryce Huff that they're relying on to do like basically pass coverage and things like that. They want him to be the everything because they paid him the 17 million. Nolan Smith is still in a rookie contract. He still has something to prove. And if you're sitting up there not developing quickly because we're in a microwave stage now. It's not like before when we had BG where we could sit up there and give him time to develop. It's not that anymore. So what I'm saying is, if you don't have that counter, I'm not giving up on Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith's my guy, but I need him to be better. I need him to be better.
I think he progressed. I think I seen him. I could see the evidence of him working. I'm not putting it on him to have a full bag in year two. If you add it to your bag, if you got a few things you trying out, I'm cool with that. I just, me personally, like, I hear you for sure. Like, we need you to step up. But like I said, I don't need you to step up and be all pro or, Pro Bowl. I need you to step up and get maybe double your sack numbers, maybe 6 sacks, you know what I'm saying? 7, 8, somewhere in that 6 to 8 range. I'm cool. Like, I still, to me, I need to see him finish. So I think repetition for me will get you in that mode. But like when I look at DNs, DNs to me, even Bryce Huff, it took him 3 years to get a bag. It took Brandon Graham years to get a bag. Like a lot of the DNs that's in the league, Aiden Hutchinson was a top 5 pick. He just getting a bag in year 4. He just getting a bag. Like I think it just take time for a DN to get a bag, but you want to see him getting a game plan, not just blind rushing. And I've seen that from Nolan. Like that's the one thing. He might not be finishing his move, but he got a start point and an end point. He know where he's going, and he's gonna try to get to the next point where he's going. He's been doing that to a great extent, and that's why he got 4 sacks at this point. Like yeah. I think that's the reason he got sacks. Like he has a rush plan, which he didn't have last year. Last year he was just, I'm finna ghost move, and if it don't work, I'm finna try to see where the play at and chase the ball. Nah, he like, if he see the dude outside, tackle has slid outside, Nolan Smith is now working inside instead of still working outside. He's doing things better. It might not be a big improvement, but it's the small things I see. He is doing better. I do need him to finish those moves. So whatever you're doing and you practicing the moves or you learn the moves, just try to follow through and finish. Because if you're not finishing the move, then yes, like DV said, you're going to end up going back to the ghost move every time. Kind of don't need that. I kind of need you to add the finished product because I would hate, to keep seeing you not have finished product on the field. But the small things he has done so far. I don't know how the season going to turn out because he has been doing it against the 2s. So that's another part. So I got to see him against the 1s. And maybe, I don't even want to say you. Never mind. You wouldn't even do that. That'd be dumb to do. But I got to see him finish those moves. Got to see him finish.
I just with Nolan Smith, he's in a great. He was in a great position from year 1 up to now. You have a 15-year vet by the name of Brandon Graham that's be able to school you. Number 1, number 2, the downfall of Josh Sweat. He knows. Okay, in this city, what it takes to be great because he had great seasons with us.
Mm-hmm.
But those 2 guys, I'll be looking at like, yo, what to do. He was talking to the guy. We got video of him talking to a guy about a new move on how he goes up and under an arm or whatever like that to just try to combat what they're trying to throw at him because they got tape on this kid. It's out there now. So now you got to have that counter. This is what we're relying on. Like I always go back to it. Harry Roseman basically said that they want a 4 or 5 man defensive end pass rush. They want that. You know, Bryce Huff is just one of those guys that's going to be a part of the plan, but he's going to be like the head of it. Period. Nolan Smith has to be right behind him. Josh Sweat this year, that especially since he took the pay cut, he has to because he's in the contract year. BG is on his way out, so all he's going to be doing is really teaching and then coming out making them impact plays that he normally do. Then you got Jelix Hunt. Jelix Hunt is one of those guys that's converted, but Vic Fangio likes him because Vic Fangio likes guys that can actually pass rush and also pass coverage. So we need guys out there that can have more than just one move, so he can scheme better. If Nolan Smith is out there and you're just going to the ghost move, that ghost move is shut down. Now we can pick up what you're doing in the back end. So now it's like, okay, now what do I do with my defense? We're talking about a guy that's coming off of a ranked number 10 defense with Miami. Nolan Smith can actually put that down more if he's not focusing on the counter. He has to counter that. And he got a lot of guys in his locker room that can teach him that. But, I don't know what he's been doing. A lot of people have been saying, I don't know what Nolan Smith has been doing. But, yes, we can know you can rush the quarterback. We know the ghost move works for you. But what if the ghost move doesn't work for you against the ones, like you just said? Now it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do? You're going to do a spin move? You're going to do a tuck, a roller tuck? You're going to do what are you going to do against that besides the ghost move? Because the ghost move is not working. I just want the pass rush to be solid to the point where my secondary can eat off of it. That's all I want for this defense.
Yeah, I agree. What's your thoughts, Smitty?
Like I said, I think DB just piling a little bit much on a year two player. It's some number one overall picks that ain't got that much pressure on them. Trayvon Walker for the Jazz was the number one overall pick, and the coaching staff came out and said, we just want to see him get better. We want to see him improve. He had basically year two. Year one, he basically had a Nolan Smith year. He disappeared. He wasn't really good. So like when I think about Nolan Smith basically being a second round pick, I don't got as much on his plate as DV do right now. Do I want to see him improve? 100%. I need to see you improve because you are considered a first round pick. But I don't need you to come out and be a complete product. And that come with time. Like I was just saying when I was asking DV, like doing it against a dummy and a coach is different than getting in the game and it's not working. You done tried it. You like, he beat me. So maybe it's going to take him getting in the game, getting repetitions. And maybe it's a time where, like DV said, he goes to the ghost move and it ain't there. And he tells himself, I got to do something different. He goes to one of those moves because he obviously working on something. And I ain't going to take all the credit for knowing. I ain't watched all of it, but I did get some of my information from Philly Film Room, like watching some of their tape. And they was kind of the ones that showed me a couple of different moves I didn't see. Like he has added 4 or 5 different moves. He's using his length of his arms a little better this year. Like he's doing some things better. Like I think to me, DV, I think he might come out and be better against the run this year because I seen some of his moves. It kind of looked like, if you want to be honest, it kind of looked like he should have focused more on just being a pass rusher since he was kind of decent against the run last year. But it seemed like he probably didn't put his all into it because I seen how he played a couple of the runs where he had the tackle, fully extended, and he just, I'm here. And he got the tackle. He wasn't doing that last year. He was letting people get up in his chest and move him around like a rag doll. So I see some effort. I see some time where he put some work in. I need him to be somewhere in that 6 to 8 range, though. I definitely need you to produce some type of sacks. I definitely can't have you just coming out here year 2 and you leave with 2 sacks. Now that, to me, would be a letdown because I do expect you to improve. I do expect you to add to what you had last year. 100%, the ghost move cannot be your only move because they do have tape. And if you come out there and bend that shoulder, one of them tackles going to push you in the ground because they know it's coming. But maybe you can do a fake ghost move. Maybe that's the first move you pull of the game when you get in. You let the tackle think you coming around and you spin back inside and he off balance. He oh man, I thought I had. That's the type of stuff I need. That's a simple move, which I think you're working on, but I need you to see you complete it. And it's that type of stuff. Like if you get one move like that, like say you don't add a multitude of moves, but you add one move, two moves that makes you a little bit more deadly, a little bit more able to get to the quarterback. It makes the tackle job a little harder. Like if you just one move Charlie, they're gonna be like, all right, he coming in, he finna dip the shoulder around the edge. If I catch him off balance, I can push him in the ground and he gonna watch the play from the dirt. So I need to see improvement from a lot of guys though. It ain't just even Nolan. Like I need to see. I think my biggest, if I had to put an anvil on somebody's chest, it's probably Jalen Carter. I think he need more of a back than Nolan Smith.
Wow.
I think he's gonna play more snaps than Nolan Smith. I think he's gonna play more snaps than majority of the people on that defensive line. I think him and Jordan Davis are the anchor, and they're gonna be the two highest snap counted linemen on this team this year. And I think if Jalen Carter don't have an extra move in the bag, then I think we could be in a little bit of trouble. Cause I need him, not even pass rush. I need him to be more of a run stopper. I don't think he got a problem getting to the quarterback. I think he has a problem over pursuing run lanes and letting the run go by him.
I agree.
I watched it in the first preseason game. He did it too. He was supposed to go inside A gap. He went outside, and the run came right up the A gap. And he was turned like this, looking. There wasn't nothing he could do about it. He had an over pursuit in the hole. I think it's small things that like our linemen need to improve on, bro. Like Jordan Davis, I need you to stop getting double teamed and washed out the hole. I can't see two dudes grab you and move you like you're a child. You should not be moved like that. Like last year down the stretch, that was a lot of things that was happening. Jordan Davis was on the field, but he get double teamed and it opened like balcony doors, just and now you just run through. And I can't have that. Like I need you to be an anchor. When they hit you with that double team, it should be like two bulls hitting each other. Y'all should just be standing there looking at each other. All right, I ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere, but this hole ain't opening up no more than it is. It's small things, man. I think as our D-line coach get more acclimated on what he sees on the field, I think he'll be able to help them improve. Right now, it's a little hard. You know what I mean? Everything you're seeing is against Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dick. Like, it's against some of the great guys. So if it's not working, you're like, all right, well, maybe it's because it's Lane. All right, maybe because it's Jordan. Maybe Landon, he's a little vet. But when you get in a game, and this is really where I'm at, like Green Bay has a very young offensive line. That's going to be like the first test of that defensive line really needing to get pressure. I think if you can capitalize in game one and show me you can get pressure on Jordan Love and his young offensive line, then I think we could do it. Because I've been looking at the lines and I'm like, okay, it's a few good, offensive lines, but a lot of the offensive lines we got to play this year are young. A lot of them are being Atlanta line young. The Saints, they finna be young. They replacing both of their tackles. Like, you got a lot of teams that we're going to play this year that are restructuring their line, putting it back together. That is going to be a key for me for Jalen Carter, is abusing these dudes up the middle while everybody else is working. You get the opportunity to go up against some of the – I think last year we had what? Like 6 of the top 10 offensive lines on our schedule last year. Like, I mean, that ain't easy work. I think this year we only got like 3. I think this year we only got 3. So, I mean, I think the other 14 games should be domination, or at least some increments of domination. You should see teams struggling to stop our pass rush, stop us from doing things we want to do up front. Like, and I think we will. You know what I mean? I think we will. I seen us dominate some of the, first team offenses while we were in the game. But I think this year conditioning, which DV always say, like, man, last year we just weren't conditioned. Like, we just wasn't there, with the energy. I think conditioning for the defensive line this year, crucial. Because I believe we can be in every game down the stretch. But if it get week 14, 15, and you ain't got no gas left, it ain't going to matter. Because we're going to be back in the same situation we was in this year. Because I don't know, like, I really wish, like, I told DV this before, like, I really wish I could get the real story of what happened last year so I could understand, did you quit or did you give out of gas? Like, what really happened? Like, did your quitting lead us to giving out of gas? Or, like, where we at? Because a lot of stuff was blamed on conditioning last year. Like, they said Jalen Carter was out of condition. They say Jordan Davis was unconditioned. They say a lot of our guys was just tired down the stretch, right? So I just need some consistency, some motivation on that defensive line, because I think in the biggest scheme of Fangio defense, if that defensive line is getting home, it don't even matter about the back end.
Yep,
that's a fact. That's a fact. So you hit on something though. So what's meaningful to the defensive line right now? You had people in the locker room last season like a Fletcher Cox, for instance. He put his body through war for the Philadelphia Eagles, and now I think he's vegan now. He lost a lot of weight. But like, what is the motivation now? Like, you hear like a Jordan Davis talking on a podium saying, I'm here now. I got to lead these guys. And Jalen Carter as well. They staying after practice, doing certain things. What is the motivation for them to lead? You the forefront. You
New
basically
leadership,
the
bro.
pawns.
I think they have stamped themselves the new regime.
But like last season, I feel like what happened last season is that we had a lot of vets, a lot of guys that played in the NFL. It was all mental. I think that the downfall, and they like, yo, why am I playing like this? Even though it's some conditioning, it was conditioning, but I feel like mentally they was like, just like if you see your old head just sitting up there like, damn, like you getting cooked. What am I doing this for? If I'm making
Yeah.
this move and I'm doing this, you getting cooked. like bro, like
I think when what Slay said was very pivotal. Once the old head said, man, this shit ain't right, man, this shit ain't working. I think the young dudes did the same thing, bro. They got right behind them. Like, I think once Fletch and the older guys, man, this shit ain't working, man. I'm done, man. I ain't finna do this. I think the young guy just follow suit, DV. And I think that happens a lot with leadership. Like, when leadership break down, if another dude ain't in position to be a leader, then they following the leader that gave up. And that's kind of where we was at. I think Slate gave a little bit. I think he didn't tell everything, but I think just Slate saying, man, some of the old guys kind of got fed up down the stretch, and they was just like, pretty much, I'm done. I think once they said they done, the young dudes wasn't ready to lead at that moment. They didn't know. And I think they tried to step in leadership roles, but then you had dudes like how you said Kevin Byard stepping in. Now he think he a leader. Don't really know what a Julio Jones brought to the locker room. Like, when you're looking to step into a role, but other guys step in and feel like they on your toes, and I feel like Jordan Davis ain't really gonna be a vocal guy and be like, hey man, I'm the leader. Like, I think he is now. I think last year he was still kind of in that role, like, man, I'm still a young guy. I'm still a part of the plan. I'm not the plan. You know what I mean? So I think last year it was a lot of breakdown inside the locker room between leaders. I think the leaders gave up, and I mean the guys that was following them gave up too. It's just like going to work and your boss quit in the middle of the shift, and they tell somebody else to step in. If that person not ready to step in, it's going to be a shit show. And that's really what happened last year. I don't think we had a defined leader after the older guys tapped out. And then Slade when they got surgery. So I'm definitely not listening to you because I feel like you tapped out because Matt Patricia here. Like, I know them young guys ain't, come on, bro. Young guys, they might not say much because of their position of the team. I'm pretty sure they're like, dang, Slade, you've been here the whole time. And then it would be, listen, I'm not in the locker room. So let me say this. It would be even worse if you hadn't heard him complain about that knee not one time all season. And then all of a sudden when Matt Patricia get put in there, now your knee hurt. Because I didn't remember hearing him say his knee hurt. And I watched his podcast every week last year. I don't remember him saying he was having any problem.
So what he said on his podcast was basically like, it's been hurting him for years. He's been playing through it. I'm like, so why not play through it last year? And then off season this year, get the surgery. No, you waited until it made it obvious. Like, you waited until Matt Patricia was called the DC and Sean Desai was up top, and now you're sitting up there like, okay, I'm out. So now it just put everybody on the island.
Hey, did y'all hear Jason Kelsey explain it?
About what?
Like what happened last year. He gave like a 3 minute and 30-second like explanation.
I would play it, but I ain't trying to get nobody copyright. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, he basically said like, it was a lot of miscommunication late. And then he said like, the defensive coordinator when they changed, they pretty much like complicated the defense for the players. So it wasn't that we weren't able to execute. People got tired of not being people got tired of not having the ability to understand what we were doing. You know what I mean? Because it changed so drastic. He said it changed so drastically. Like we went from one week was running defense to the next week, it kind of like changed, and then people were confused. Like, okay, we're not running the same defense. Okay, now we change the defenses. Oh, I don't know where I need to be. And DV, we pointed it out a couple of times with Matt Patricia. Like they look confused. They don't look like they know where to line up at. Like, and you've seen like a lot of like pointing, get over there, get over. And I think me personally, like you like to see it as a fan because you're like, oh, look at them communicating. When you see too much communication, it's confusion.
Yeah.
Look, DV, when you see too much communication, it's confusion. It's no longer communicating. You trying to tell him what to do. You try to give him directions. It's no longer just, hey, move out that way. No, it's move out that way, and you got, what I mean, cover. Like, no, we doing too much talking. So I know you confused.
It's almost like everybody's debating, and we only got a certain amount of time before that ball is hiked. And that's what it was. It wasn't more so they were communicating like, okay, this is where you need to be. It was more so that they were debating on, okay, if I got him, I got him. No, get him. No, if I'm going that way, what are you doing? Like, and then when the ball gets hiked, you can see the confusion after the play. You can see it.
Bruce, I got the defense right now anywhere between 8 to 12.
Yeah, and I want to comment on Lotto. Shout out to you watching from
I got him 8 to 12, Bruce. 8 to 12.
But this is why you bring in a Vic Fangio. He had a top 10 defense with a team that did not like him. He had a top 10 defense with a team that did not like him. 1, 2.
Do you believe they didn't like him when he was there though?
I believe that certain people didn't because of the way he coached. Some people, most of the players did, but some players didn't. Yes, some players did.
Because he got up there and did that to Bryce Huff. I was like, oh, yeah, this what we in for? Oh, man, I'm ready for the season to start.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they like that. Whereas those now with the Eagles, you got a whole bunch of young players that's just sponges. So now he can do what he needs to do. With Miami, you had some vets there that, the only player that he kept in mind was Van Ginkel. It's because he was a sponge. So it's like, okay, now I could turn Zach Bond into this. If I could turn Zach Bond into this. But now you're in a situation where it's done. You got to have that rotation. Some plays you might need Zach Bond in there to make a play or two. But Kobe Dean is your guy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of things that going on with the Eagles right now in that linebacker position. but I feel like that they're going to be in the top 10. Now, I don't know if they're going to be 10. I don't know if they're going to be 8. I don't know, but I think that they're going to be top 10 if you put this together well, especially, Cooper DeJean coming back. You got these safeties coming back. Also, um, the shoulder of CJ Gardner Johnson is healing. We
Mhm.
don't know if he's going to play week 1, but hopefully he's working and being ready to go week 1.
He practiced today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But he was limited. He was limited. But yeah,
I think it's like I
you
think
just
it's like what they did with what's it call it just recently, ain't it? Ain't it what they did with Cooper last week?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just think that that's why you break them in. You want to have this team better on defense. That was a big part of just not just the stats of the 70 sack season of 2022, but the second quarter offense scores a lot of points. Second half defense was able to hold the team, and that was getting us our wins. That was getting us our wins. So we need that team to get back to doing that. I know this team is not going to hit 70 sacks. That was a special season, but at the same time, we need that pass rush ready. I'm looking for Clint Hurt to get these guys ready. I'm also looking for Vic Fangio to prep these defensive ends to get that ready. um, I'm just worried about, we were worried about linebacker, but the rise of N'Kobe Dean, hopefully that could goes into the regular season. I'm not really too concerned too much about the linebacker position. The size difference, that matters, but at the same time, if you play big, just like Isaiah Rogers. Isaiah Rogers plays big, and he's a small guy. Um, but I'm really worried about the safety, man. Honestly, because Carter Johnson is hurt. Reed Blankenship, he gets hurt in the middle of the season. I'm just worried about that depth. That depth. That's what I'm worried about. But overall, man, I think that we're ready as we're going to be. Um, but yeah, I just think that the defense need to show up more.
Yeah.
Defense need to show up more than the offense, and that's hard because you add a Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts is learning are master trying to master this scheme. And he's doing a good job of it. Despite you spoke about it earlier, Cool Cat,
Yep.
about Toucan Sam was talking about. This is what I call Nick Wright,
Yeah, I
by the
know. I
way.
know.
But Toucan Sam basically saying what he said. Basically, it's too less of interceptions. He got to make a mistake or two, but then you'll be questioning. Oh, is he over the interception thing? You just want a story. I feel
Yes.
like it's a grab. I feel like it's a grab. But that's neither here or there. But the defense really need to show up. I know we got younger, quicker, faster on defense. Um, we just need to show up. We just need to show up, and I'm hopeful that Vic Fangio, Christian Parker, Clint Hurt, these guys could get the right product out there week in and week out to get us the W and have us stop these guys in crucial positions. Because after week 1, you know we're gonna have tape, so
Yep.
we got to see how we're going to be able to counter certain things that people going to throw at us.
Right. Let me answer this. I agree. We'll probably be 8 to 12 if that's up to me. But it starts. It starts week 1 versus the Green Bay Packers in Brazil, and like King DV said, after that, whether it's a win or a win, because I'm not saying the other one, it's going to be on tape. The Falcons are going to see it. The Bucks is going to see it. The Saints is going to see it. The other teams that you're going to face, the Cowboys, the Giants, all of them is going to see your defense on tape after week 1. So it depends. It all depends on what Jalen Carter is going to do. It all depends on what Jordan Davis is going to do. They all said no one's going to save us. It's on us. Well, 18 days, 17 days. The clock's ticking. We'll see you guys in Brazil. So I agree with you guys. It'll be top. I'll say the 8 to 12 range if I got to guess.
I'm gonna say top 10 because that's where we need him to be. You know,
Yeah.
we brought Vic Fangio in for a reason. We've been trying to imitate the scheme for a long time. We brought him in as a I forgot what it was, the role that he was playing in the Super Bowl run. Um, we've been trying to imitate that for years. Now we got the actual guy. I need it to be that. You know, we got a lot of sponges. People, guys basically saying that they like how he coached. It wasn't no hard feelings or anything like that. They what that tough coaching um for them. Period. So, and we had the Georgia Bulldogs. We've been sitting up there. Hey, we got the Georgia Bulldogs. We got our Philly Dogs. What we
Yep.
was calling them.
Yep.
We need them to step up this year.
That's
The Jordan Davis, the Jalen Carters, the Kelly Ringos, and the Kobe Deans, the Nolan Smiths. We need them to step up this year, regardless. So yes, I do think the defense will be better than last season, because last season I feel like it was a lot of confusion. Honestly, too many bodies coming in and out. You had Nicholas Morrow coming in. You had Zach Cunningham coming in. You had Kevin Byard coming in. We started the season with the guy with the locks. I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but he got traded to the Titans. Then what's his name? Justin Evans was in,
yeah.
and then Kevin Byard was in. That's what I'm saying. There was a lot of rotating at certain positions that cost the defense to look lackadaisical. On top of the call from Nick Sirianni switching from Sean Desai to Matt Patricia. So I feel like we're not going to have that situation happen again with Vic Fangio, because he's not going to switch out Vic Fangio. So Vic Fangio is brought in to make this defense better, and I feel like that it's going to be better than last season. Where did we end up last season? At the end, what was the stat?
For what? For what?
For
Passing
like
or
no,
total?
just defense overall total. What was it?
We
What was the standing at?
I think we was in the teens. Hold on, let me check exactly.
Because where we was at, we got to be better than that this year.
I know we was like I know for passing we was pretty bad.
I know we was bad at passing
I think
because
we were 31.
the middle of the field was crazy. So I already know that. And then what Bradbury did in the last couple games, man, I already know.
Total defense we was 26th.
Total defense we was 26. So yes, that's a jump if we get to the top. Where y'all said 8 to 12, that's a jump. I'm not mad at that. But I'll need them to be top 10 if we bring in a top 10 type guy from last season.
But we only 26 because of passing though, man.
Right. And that's why we bulked up there. But how the Eagles play, I feel like
Because
that even
you,
with even with Vic being here, I feel like how the Eagles play, that pass rush has to be on point. And I'm relying on that pass rush to be on point for our secondary to be successful. Now I know the secondary can make plays on one-on-ones and everything, the pass breakups and everything, because these guys are hungry. But at the same time, the pass rush has to get there, so the quarterback can sit up there and not have that timing that he wants, and then we can get some turnovers.
but like, okay, so look, we 8th in rushing defense, but we 31st in passing defense.
Right.
So I mean, I just need you can lead the rush defense exactly where it's at. I need that passing defense to be somewhere between in the 15s minimum.
But see, that's what Nicholas Burrow was good at is rush defense. Now, do you think that Devin White is good there?
Yeah, that's probably his best attribute. Oh, you saying
Rush
running defense?
Yeah, run defense.
I think that's Nakobe Dean best attribute.
Okay.
I don't think it's Devin White's best. I think he good at the run here and there. But I think when you start getting him downhill and he fighting through traffic, I think that's his worst thing. And I kind of like how Nakobe Dean can avoid traffic, if that makes sense. Nakobe Dean can kind of get small, get through the hole, and kind of make a play. Devin White is so like bulky, even though they kind of like the same size, but he's so much like more muscle mass. It seems like he get caught up in the traffic. He trying to like fight, but it just I get my hands on you as an offensive lineman. It's just a little harder for you to move around than me. So you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's why I say I need Jordan Davis to not get bullied. I need you to hold down that second, because if they push you out the hole, now that second guy can move on to the next level. That's an extra guy for Devin White to fight with. That's an extra guy for Nakobe, Zach, whoever's playing the linebacker position. You want them to be clean so they can make plays, they can read and react.
Yep.
What are y'all looking for in this last preseason game heading into the season? Do y'all think that it's going to be a solidified like positional situation? Like if they iffy about certain things like the quarterback 2 position, if that's the thing, or wide receiver 3, because Johnny Wilson got concussion.
Yeah.
Paris Campbell just now coming back. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that this is going to state like, okay, where we're going to be at least week 1 on, if guys is not ready or guys are still a little hurt, they're not 100%. Do you think that they're going to go with the guys that's been in the NFL, or do y'all think that, wide receiver 3 could possibly be Britton Covey?
Right. For me, it's like this. This is for people that's in the bubble for wide receiver 3. For people in the defensive line that's trying to get a roster spot, this is their last chance, because you gotta think of this. After this, it's on to Brazil. There is no other preseason game. On Tuesday, we got to cut it down to 53 men. And whoever's on the practice squad is on the practice squad. So for me, for people like Ananias Smith, for people like, now I know he probably ain't going to practice, but I'm just saying
He's a red shirt. He's a red shirt. He red shirt. But go ahead.
Yeah. But people like
nice
red
shirt.
Yeah, he's in a red shirt. But for people like that, or people like in the defensive side, after this preseason game, we cut it down to 53. Some of y'all's going to be on the roster. Some of y'all going to be on the practice squad. Some of y'all going to be on the team. So for me, I want to see with my own 2 eyes who wants a roster spot and who don't. Who wants to go to Brazil to get this first win, and who's just there to get a paycheck. Now, if the starters play, just get 1 rep and just get out of there. I need y'all for Brazil. But seeing as I know that's probably ain't going to happen, thanks, Nick. For the people that is going to play, just show us that you want to be a part of the roster, because after this, Nick Sirianni, Kellen Moore, Howie Roseman, Vic Fangio got a big decision on this 53-man roster. So that's what I want to see. Who wants a roster spot and who doesn't? So go ahead, Smitty.
I don't think Nick made that call about the starters not playing though.
Right.
If you notice, Fangio got all his guys out there. Yep. Except for the only person you haven't seen is Slay CJ Reed. Everybody else is playing. And the only reason you might have not seen CJ is because he was hurt. I think he would have gotten some snaps last game. So I need I don't know. Kellen Moore, if he's confident, he don't bring him out. I'm cool. I want to see. I don't think Britton Covey is getting wide receiver 3. I really don't. I think he has an opportunity to be a part of the offense, but I think Paris Campbell. I don't know. He's just injured, right? Did he get back to full practice today?
No. It was limited.
Still limited.
Yeah, he was still. I think he was.
Was he?
It's limited.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if how we make a move right here, man.
Yeah.
But who would you
I don't
want?
know. John Mechie the third from Texans.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was
I
gonna
ain't
say that.
waver. I ain't waver.
I knew you was gonna say
I've
that.
been on that train for 2 years.
A lot of people. Well, a lot of people is there, and they also on Dotson as well.
I'm good. I like
Yep.
Dotson, but Dotson to me doesn't bring anything different than Britton Covey. And that's just being real. Like
Yeah,
he cooked us.
yeah.
He cooked us, but he cooked us because he listen. Nobody talks about that Washington Commander game. How Jahan Dotson was really the first person to expose Bradbury.
No, he was.
We didn't even talk about it. We just moved on because we was mad we lost. We was just like, why we went? No, we didn't lose. We went to overtime. That's the game we went to
Mm-hmm.
overtime. The first game.
Yeah.
I think we were just more mad. We went to overtime. We wasn't even paying attention to Bradbury. But that was like the first game I really noticed Bradbury getting cooked. But Jahan Dotson only ran like 2 routes. And to me, if you can't make the Commanders roster right now, who's inept at wide receiver talent, which Terry McLaurin's pretty much the only solidified guy, and you're supposed to be wide receiver 2. They got rid of the original wide receiver 2, Curtis Samuel. You're supposed to be the locked in wide receiver 2, and you're not making the roster. Where do you fit out on the Eagles roster? Because if you can't make wide receiver 2 there, which is like wide receiver 4 or 5 here, then where do you really rank up if you came into the Eagles? That's Jahan Dotson. John Mechie, the only reason he's even really buried on the depth chart is because of drafting while he was going through leukemia. He just happened to lose his spot off of not having the opportunity anymore when he got it. But Jahan, you've literally been the number 2 receiver since Curtis Samuel got traded. Last year, you was the number 3 receiver. So you should know the offense. You should have a very well inept of how that team runs, and you getting cut. I don't know, DV. I don't know where he fit at for us. But I do like John Mechie, though.
Yep. So what's your thoughts, King, on this final preseason game?
Like I said, I think that it should be at least a series for the starters that they sit. I do want to see the last stand of who's going to belong on his roster. I need certain people to play it, tougher. It also need the linebacker position to be still a challenge. Like I said, the Kobe Dean has been having a great week and a half, 2 weeks. Zach Bond, you don't really hear too much about him, but I need to see him, step it up as well, because if it's going to be a type of rotation in pass coverage and you have Zach Bond in or whatever like that, I need to know he can make certain plays. I need to be confident that, okay, what Vic Fangio has out there, it is going to get me the ball back, or it's going to get me into the 4th down position. I'm ready to see if Quayon Mitchell is going to be that solidified slot cornerback. Who's going to be at cornerback too? A lot of people are saying Kelly Ringo. I heard content creators basically say Kelly Ringo. I heard content creators also favoring Isaiah Rodgers. So I need to know who's going to be there. Cooper DeJean, him getting healthier and everything like that. If he plays this preseason game, I want to see, how good he's looking. And then that's going to have a question going into the season. Where do you place him at? It's a lot of things with this last preseason game. I don't want it to just be looked at as a preseason game. I want it to be looked at as, solidifying the 53.
Right.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Just solidifying the 53. But I do want the starters to have that, that chemistry, show certain things, because I know it's not going to be exposed to everything. And then we can go and game plan for Green Bay. Game plan for him. Now, week 1 is tricky. Everybody knows that. They did add Josh Jacobs. They do have Andrew Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they did get another safety. McKinney, somebody else that we were looking at. So you just gotta look at all that. It's just like, you know, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. Um, how Kellen Moore, Doug Nussmeier, and Jalen Hurts is going to tackle that. You do also want to basically put into situations that the defense going to be put into the running game a lot because they still got Josh Jacobs, they still got AJ Dillon. So it starts with this, just solidifying who's going to be at that starter position, and then also who's going to be in the 53-man roster and move forth to week one, and then we just make adjustments as the season goes on. But until then, um, we do got another preseason game to play, and hopefully, you know, we can solidify really, who's going to be out there week one.
And with that, I agree with you, everybody. Let's go ahead and wrap it up by talking about the shows. Smitty, you got anything on the check down? King, how's the new show coming along with Timmy and the crew?
Yeah, I gotta reach out to them, man. Like, this is the first thing I did since, I've been back from vacation. So I gotta reach out to them and see if everything's a go, and then, we can let everybody know. But, it's just work in progress.
Yep. So Smitty, what you got on the check down?
We back to football, man. We back to
Mm-hmm.
football. It ain't gonna be nothing special. It's gonna be football talk. That's about it. College football start next week, so we'll be full football, full fledged. It is no more of the rankings and all that until later. We talking straight ball.
Yep. The inside the nest, King DV's back from vacay. What you guys got?
Man, we're gonna be. I think we're gonna try to do our 53 man. I think that's the next thing you can do at this point. See what we got, put a 53 man together, and just see what we can do as far as what we think about what the team is at, who makes it, who don't.
Yep. Cool Cat Mitch with me and Mitch Kofsky. Same thing. Give our thoughts on preseason and preview this last game. Birds of Broad Street with the crew Monday. Word of the day is spot who earned their spot. And Tuesday, I've been working with guys Alex and Leader. We've been working on the Bliss take lately, the past couple of Tuesdays. So we decided bring them on Broad Street and combine Bliss take and Broad Street, the Broad Street Bliss take with the three of us on Tuesday. Give our thoughts on the, preseason and get ready for the upcoming season as well. I think Alex might come on BOBS tomorrow to talk with us. I gotta see if he's free or not. But yeah, get ready for that, and let's go ahead and give our final thoughts so we can send our crew home. Start us off, King.
Man, look, we are coming up on the season premiere of the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles. There's a lot of anticipation, off-season moves from Howie Roseman, Howie putting it together with these coordinators and these positional coaches. I just want everybody to know that it's going to be a work in progress. It's not going to look, sunshine and rainbows uh, going into the season, but you want these guys to get it together. Quickly because of how everything turned out last season. We thought that was going to be a revenge tour, but it didn't happen. Um, so we are solidified in the coordinators. We are solidified with the head coach for the 2024 season so far. Um, and due to health, hopefully, we go through the season fully healthy, and teams actually either getting our best or beating our best. But until then, man, as always, fly Eagles fly, go birds. And we we are favorites right now to make it out of the NFC. So we need to hold ourselves to that standard.
Yep. Smitty?
Nah, man, just keep the effort up. Stay motivated. I need y'all to, just keep it together, man. Get out there, put your best foot forward every step you take. Uh, got a long ride to go, man. It's 18 weeks of football, and we ain't even got through the preseason yet. So if you're trying to make the roster, I guess this is your last chance, your last week raw. So I'm just looking to, see some guys step up and really show that you should be on this team. You really should be making the team. I'm just looking for a better view of what this team looks like, what we're gonna identify as. So that being said, man, go Eagles, fly Eagles, fly. Until next time.
Yep. And for me, listen, man, we're getting close to the regular season, man. We got the Green Bay Packers. After this, who wants a roster spot? I want the best 53 men on the field versus Green Bay. Because everybody and their mama got love for love. Everybody. It's time to prove them and a lot of people wrong, man. So let's get to work. I want to see some effort this Saturday. It'll be at the link. Eagles Nation, get your tickets. Because after this, back to Brazil. Get ready. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. And remember, for every Eagles preseason, always and
And aftermath.